Boy, that was a quick dump out. I gotta change the timing. Anyhow, welcome back. Please excuse the attire. We were there today, and why we have that great spot there, I have no idea. Anyhow, this is where we left the Galaxy S8. We've got me, the S8, and the Sony camera. Let's do it. This is, you know what, we'll put that up. That gets it about where we need it. We just have to use the analog zoom. However, before we do that, let's move this out of the way. We have one other issue to address. This nightmare thing has some stuff going on. I gotta type a password, and that's gonna sign in. I forget what it is that, oh, that's okay, yes. So let's get in here. We're gonna go to this PC. Let me see if I can send this source to OBS. Are we live? We actually are. HDMI, repair, are you there? Of course you are. Okay, so I brought up properties, and I get this awesome window that shows up. Do you see it here? Look at this. Just look at, just follow for a moment what I'm gonna do. You can't see nothing. You can move the window up and down, side to side, but I've never once seen this. So we're gonna move to the right. We're gonna click and hold and try and get to the box to close this out. This is quite an anomaly. I've never, like, clicking and holding and dragging the window, and we can't seem to get to the end. I would say this computer has something going on, something broken with it. We could, let's see if we can come down here, right click, and we can close window that way. We're gonna hit Alt F4, shut the computer down. Unplug it from the source. We need one of my other little trusty black mats. There it is. We are powered down, so let's get into this thing and see where about wow, that's the wrong size, you dummy. Where about we can find a hard drive, if we can find a hard drive. So something is broken with the operating system. I'm gonna call that. Screw to the hard drive. Acer, is that who makes this? I can dig that. I like it. I don't see any screws. Is there really no screws? You just, what, supposed to pick up? That's not gonna work. I feel really dumb right now. It's been a long day and I'm tired, but I feel impressively. We're not going to use metal. We're going to use this plastic. There we go. It's out. Okay. Alright, drives out 1 terabyte Western Digital, good choice. Oh, and we're gonna come over real quick. We're gonna get this thing plugged in to our Acer. Funny enough, we're using Acer scan the hard drive out of an Acer at least. Alright, we have the drive plugged in. I know you can't see this, and I can't run this out HDMI to OBS. It doesn't work. It flashes and tweaks out. So we're going to right click on the Acer drive and scan it with Malwarebytes to see if anything's going on. We don't need to put it back together, but I'm just going to do a couple threads on the screw to get it out of the way. That underway. Malwarebytes, you losing it? No, I don't want the new version now. We're running a scan. I don't know if it's even going to find anything. I honestly don't. Anyhow, here we find ourselves facing down the S8 Plus. Let's get in the ring light. We can't forget our fingerprint sensor and all that on the new back. We'll do all that later. Right now, I want to tear this down. So we're going to use two trusty black mats. One to work on phones, one to place parts as we dispatch them. I may get my head in the way. If I do, I apologize. Anyhow, let's start with this awesome coil here in this frame. I don't know that it's going to be easy to get out. What is it stuck to? It looks like it's stuck to of course. Come on, camera. Quit fighting me on this. There it goes. Alright, so it looks as though it's like the camera's trying to focus, but it just can't quite get it. Sony, you let me down. You let me down, Sony. Why? I believed in you. I paid money for you. You're leaving me here. Useless. Useless. No. Alright, so Phillips 00 is what they say is required. Let's go through. We're going to take out all these tiny little screws. And place them where they go, even though they're all the same size. It's like I like having this overhead cam, but then I don't, because you can't like see unless you hold the screwdriver to the side, or if you want to work on like a tilted table, then you can see. You kind of just have to show and then get your big fat hand in the way blocking it. Also, real quick, my entertainment for this extended ride of repairing tonight. If you don't watch UniRock 2 on YouTube and DLive and haven't checked out his other channel, his original channel, what are you doing with your life? Go subscribe, like, share this guy's videos. Quality content. Great live streamer. Great debunker. Hopefully my mic batteries don't die. If they do, I have some more on charge. What is that? Just a hollowed out part in the mid frame. That's great. So I am listening to something, but I don't want to get too lost in it and just do a repair without talking. We'll talk about my no knowledge of this device I'm working on while I'm working on it. Watch me. I want to use the tweezers, but I don't. I don't want to fling the screw all the way to the other side of the room and then not be able to find it and be short one screw. So we'll try our pointy ones. They seem to always work a little better. So we still have a little bit more teardown to do until we can start opening this thing up. You would think when you open it up that you would have direct access to the battery connector where it connects to the board, and no, you don't. But then again, if you happen to disconnect anything else from the logic board or motherboard, whatever word, from the main board, if you disconnect anything else like the fingerprint sensor as soon as the back comes off with the battery still plugged in, even with the device off, it doesn't kill the display like some iPads and iPhones do. It doesn't short out the backlight. It's not designed like some of your wonderful, magical iPhone, iPad, iPod devices. Not happening. Gotta pull another one out with the tweezers. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Is there anybody out there? Ha 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 ha. Yes, Tim. I'm burning that oil. Where are you at, on Facebook? Let's do this. Kick that over, kick it back. It gets their challenge. Yes, I'm burning that oil. How do I reply? Are you on my Facebook or on the one for the shop? One's for my Facebook. If you go to the DT Computers webpage, though, I can actually reply and chat there. I have a video. I'm actually a video will be coming out after the fact of coming down after work tonight to set up the live stream and then heading home after this is done. Flat Earth confirmed. I have proof in the video, so stay tuned for that. People that are in with that stuff. All right, where? What a mess! What a mess! I would say this nice little S8 Plus phone, shoot it with a BB. I don't know if that's what really happened, but it sounds damn good, don't it? Like, who shoots a phone? Okay, so we're gonna get the new one. The new one's got a skinnier edge on it. Alright. don't like prying on stuff that is stuck down. I really don't. But here goes. Either we make it and we cut this adhesive on this wireless charging coil, or we ruin the coil. I think we're gonna take our time and hopefully not ruin it. But you never know. You never can tell. I'm also very bad with chat, but just the fact that I'm like making it a point to at least look up at it every once in a while. But I'm super bad with chat. Okay, so looking at this, let's take a little bit closer look at this. Just focus already and quit jumping around Sony camera. So it looks like this wireless charging coil is stuck to this upper, there's a split in the frame there, and who knows where else. I don't think, yeah, this side don't run up around the battery here. It's just, you can see the bottom of the battery. You got this black plastic and there's a split right there. This was stuck down to these edges here, and it also is stuck up around the top on this black trim plate here. So we need to pop that out, but we also need to be careful because it seems as though this coil goes in and connects under here. So probably as soon as we start lifting this up, there may be a way to get in and pop the connector for that coil, unless they left some slack in there for us. So right now let's go ahead and just take a look. We don't want to flex it up too much, but yeah, like I thought, it is connected there. Let's go ahead and work on getting this black trim plate out. That's the new goal. Or plastic center frame. I don't know what you would call it. Alright, so as it pops up, let's see it probably. Oh, okay, so it wasn't a connector. It has little springy tabs, and then it connects to the little copper plates or whatever they are, gold, copper. So there's our wireless charging coil. It's loose, it's free, nothing broken so far. Alright, next we finally gain access to our battery connector. We're going to go ahead and use a plastic pry tool and pop that loose and bend it out of the way. We don't want the battery, we don't want them contacts arcing off of anything. Being that we're swapping all this stuff over, we need to remove these other trim plates. We have one there, and then we have this other one in the center. Wow, this is coming apart a lot easier than the S6 Edge and S6 and S7 and S8 that I've done. Okay, so just taking a closer look here. Up, I don't know if there's connectors in between here. I'm not quite sure. You can see this has some flex to it. We have little pieces we have to unscrew to get it out. And then we have all that there. We will wait to get the battery out at a later point during this teardown. Let's zoom out just a little. We'll get a little bit bigger picture. Focus, Sony camera. I believe in you. I'll give you one more chance. Alright, so let's get my magic silver paint marker. Just because I'm going to put a dot by the white wire. That way I don't try to stretch it out and connect it, even though they're different lengths. It will be super easy to get confused. We have to take a look around at all the stuff to disconnect. It doesn't look like any screws in the motherboard, but we can't just pry the motherboard out. Some stuff may only look like little chips there, but I promise you they're not. I promise there are little connectors you need to undo. Like here's one, you can see the ribbon cable coming over the board. There's one you need to crack loose. We have the front facing camera right here. Alright, there is the front facing camera. Let's see if we can just extract that right now and be done with it. Alright, front facing camera. Whatever this is right here, I'm not sure, but let's find out. Oh, another front facing camera. Okay, so two front facing cameras. Well noted. And then I do believe, looking at our new part, being that we're doing an LCD swap, but it's your basic LCD that you need to swap all the parts into, all the small parts. Actually, everything goes into the new one. It's the LCD connector. Let's go ahead and disconnect that. I was actually going to put music on too, to listen to. I'm like, nah, it would be great for other people than to hear my dumbass rattling on, but that's okay. This show should end soon. He did have DVR mode going. What is that? That's a tough connector. Oh my. Wow. I don't like that, but at least it came off of there. So now we have, one should be our Wi-Fi wire and one should be Bluetooth. I'm not promising, I'm just making a statement there. Should be. Wow. Okay, so you can put something in there and kind of lift this board at this point enough that you can get the wires out, but I'm going to set it down to do that, refocus, and show you. I have a very flat edged pry tool. It has kind of like a little hook on it too. We're going to go under right here and pry up and kind of twist so it lifts, and that lets some space there, and we can pull our wires out right here. There, those are free. We're going to leave them connected to this other board, but we still have more screws to extract from this part here, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Throughout the whole phone, being this Philips 00 or PH00, fits very well. Like the bit gets a full bite in head. So if you have a standard 00 or Philips 00, it's going to fit real well when you're doing the teardown on these heads of these screws. It looks like that headphone jack will disconnect. I'm saying it looks like it. Let's see if we can pop the connector off of the board with a little bit of pressure. We can, and then that will let us take that out of the phone. Should. And there we go. We have our headphone jack out. Still a few more screws right around the USB port. USB type, was it USB-C? Of course it is. Samsung. From what I can tell, we have one more screw here. And you do have a lot of little extensions. You've got, this is, if this follows the same suit as the S6 Edge, S6, S7, and the S8, this is semi-flexible. You can't bend it back and forth like a hinge or nothing like that. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know. I haven't tried it. But it does have some flex to it whenever you're tearing it apart, so it's not going to break. But now we need to start extracting all this stuff. And this is going to be the fun part. Is this glued in there? If so, if not, we don't know. Let's get our tweezers and see. Can we just pick up this part here? Or is it attached? Alright, that came out super easy. That's almost scary how easy that came out. It's part of that flex board. We have another one here. This is a microphone. Let me show you here. This is a microphone that is separate from the USB-C, USB Type-C jack. We need to get that microphone moved. This is a little grill for the speaker. We're going to have to pull that out at some point, but I'm not really worried about it right now. I'm trying to figure out the best way to move this microphone. It's pretty loose, so we'll be able to get that out without much effort. If we can just get under it, it should start lifting out. Alright, mic is out, and then underneath, most microphones are somewhere on them. You should find some type of little rubber gasket. I think what that is protection, so like from sound and that, so the mic doesn't get overloaded. I could be way wrong though. Alright, we have enough cables loose. Let's see if we can start lifting this motherboard out. Focus, there you go. Alright, so as I was saying, you can see that the little circuit down there is, that board is flexible, the black part there. However, we have all this stuff on the edge to still tear out. And I'm trying to take a quick look at it. Alright, it's not as bad as I thought. We'll hang that and move that out of the way. We're going to try and set this back in a little. We need our battery connector out of the way. That's a pretty big one, and we don't want it contacting anything, so we're going to hold it. Right, there's that. And then we have this one, the LCD connector on the edge. The board's back in. We need to go along this edge here and get this little ribbon cable. It's kind of tucked into the edge of the housing. under a little tab. How much room we have to move that out, I don't know. We're going to use our new plastic pry tool and see if I can actually show you this coming out without breaking it, hopefully. Got a bunch of that flexi circuit right here in this area. It just keeps popping back in place, so we need to get something there to keep it. We can lift it up slightly, that would help. I don't know. There seems to be some adhesive there, but at least it's not stuck. Let's try to remove this next one. Alright, so that one will lift out, that should lift out. And then also the one with our charger, all these boards seem to be fairly loose. I don't want to get part of it out and then only to realize that part of it's going to stay stuck in there and I have the whole board hanging out. Okay, that's definitely loose now. Okay, you can see all these boards are popping out all at once. Now we're going to lift our motherboard, logic board, main board, that thing back out of the case. The housing. Move our battery out of the way. Let the battery fall a little. And there it is. It's out. It's free. Let's appreciate this engineering. I've never seen some circuit boards like this. Like, let's get a close-up view. Oh, look at all these little flexi cable parts. So when I was a kid tearing stuff apart, this stuff didn't exist. These flexible circuits like that. I mean, maybe they did, but they weren't in the toys and the electronics I was ripping apart, that's for sure. Like, that is, I just want to appreciate that for a moment. Look at that. Like, in the shape of it. If we can get it to focus, like it has bends to it. Like it's like a little step, and then it steps for all the different parts. Amazing. Simply amazing. Alright, let's set this off to the side. Not there. That mat might be a little wet. Now, we need to focus. This is some new stuff. We need to really focus on we still need to extract the battery. And we have a bunch of other stuff to tear out of here also. Okay, so our new case, come on camera. Our new case does have the little speaker grill in. It does not it has the rubber for the microphone. It does not, it has something similar, but if we take a look, a closer look, if possible, this goldish colored spot right there, and in this one it is like a silver colored contact. It's not gold. So that's one small part that we need to see. I'm going to compare the two quick off camera. I'll try it on camera. You know, they look both very similar, like they're the same. I don't know if that's something that needs to come out. I'm going to say no. No, it doesn't. Alright. Another thing that's going to make this a little tougher is the fact that, let's take a look at our LCDs. We have the same colored glass and everything, but our actual the edge, the frame edge, this one's black, this one is a silver in color. And then when you get inside where the parts are actually milled out, like where it's milled out to accommodate different stuff, one's black and one has the silver color. So going to be a strict comparison of looking at both of these. It looks like, is this something or is it not? We got the same texture there, but it doesn't, it looks like it's just the spot for it. Let's see, we're going to get a tool and see if this is like a water sensor or something that we need to pry up and move to the new phone. Nope. Nope, it's just a coating and it is there. It's just a coating and it is there on the new one as well. So following that up, we have the LCD, we have the battery, we have all this little stuff in here. We've got markings. We need to move our buttons over. So we got to move over the button, the speaker, top microphone rubber is there. We need the front facing camera, and then this whole assembly here with our volume buttons, our power button, whatever this is it a camera button maybe, and our battery obviously. The battery we're going to wait till last because this screen is broken. It would make a great test screen. Oh, what a fun time. We have a copper sticker that we have to move. Yay. Copper stickers are always fun. Not. I don't know if this is a speaker or a buzzer, but it needs to come out of there. Oh, hey there. What is that notification? What did this guy say? People scolding people on Twitter. Imagine that. Difference of opinions. Who would have thought? Boy, I really wish I had a plastic pry tool that would be strong enough to get in there, but I don't have it. Alright, adhesive broke loose finally. Let's get that thing out of there before it falls and sticks again. Alright, so we need to put this in the new one. Great. Great. Just fall and plow my screws all over the place. Okay, so this thing has some serious grip to it. To be shining and blowing out the exposure of the camera, but some stuff just can't be helped. And there it is. Speaker, buzzer, whatever that is in there. It looks fairly lined up. Let's go for the next part. We have a button assembly here to remove. Let's start with our flat pry tool. We're going to work on getting the ribbon cable part of it free. Don't break my new tool. I don't get these very often. They're never in the budget. Flat Earth Santa don't bring me these nice little plastic pry tools very often. I don't want to ruin that. Let's go with the metal. How much are you gonna pulse like a crazy nut? Just focus on the right on the stuff I'm working on. There you go. Thank you. Focus on that. Right. I don't like using metal tools. Called for when you need to crack adhesive loose. It's like there's something underneath. Maybe I'm just being silly, but really now, enough of that. We'll go back to the old method. It's like there's something underneath that cable. Nope, it's free. Okay, now we work on, oh, what is it called? Extracting the button here. Wait a minute. I'm a moron. I don't need the button. We've got a button in the new one. Of course, we could extract the button and give them a black button on a silver housing, silver frame. That would be kind of cool. So some parts are included. I can deal with that because I don't have to worry about some of the crazier parts. So let's take another look. We're going to start along the bottom. Our metal frame is there. All of our little contact points are there, but they don't have this, how do I want to say it? This little, it's like a little etched, and then stuck on. It's got to be like a ground point. And I can imagine having to move all these little copper plates over. Because that's exactly what it looks like on this one, like they're there, but not there. Like you can see the outline of them where they stuck them down. But some places they're just not there. and it makes me think that they need to be there. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll assemble it and see how it works. That's the best we can do. We need to get this top unit out and the speaker. Coffee break, sorry. Alright, so I'm a dummy. We don't need the button. The button's fine. Let's get that speaker out of there. See what it's going to take to remove that. It's kind of like little pry spots for, but I don't trust that. That felt like it was going to dig right in and ruin the dang thing. Our brand new pry tool from Flat Earth Santa. It's about to break, but that's fine. We'll get another one at Christmas time. You know what we're going to do? I don't think it'll hurt a thing. Alright, we do have a speaker grill there. We don't need to worry about it. Let's get our hot air cranking. Alright, hot air is on. Moving up to 200. We're going to turn the fan on to get rid of some of that noise. Alright, we're back. You're going to hear the AC running. Give me a moment. I need to go in and open, what are they? The filters, like the plugins for the compressor and the, what do I want to call it? The compressor and the noise removal. I know it probably don't sound great or sound as good as it did when it was quiet, but I had to turn the AC on. It's getting a little heated in here, sitting here. Alright, we got some heat rolling. We're going to heat up the front of the phone and see if that cuts the speaker loose, if there's adhesive in there. Oh, and those few seconds, let that be a lesson with high temperature. Look at that. Those few seconds, and that is how quick you can temper a screen. That will still light up and work, but that will never not be yellow again. So just that little amount of heat to help lift the speaker out of here. That quick. So yeah, running heat and running it close to your screen, not good. Alright, we've got our speaker out. After heating it up, it was much easier to come out, and that's what I'm talking about when you're heating an LCD or an AMOLED screen. To remove stuff. Now, granted, this is junk, it's broken. But say it's still a good screen. Say we wanted to do a glass only, well, the screen's not good. But let's say it was, and we wanted to try and do a glass only replacement and refurbish it. Not so good now. It's got that nice yellow spot where heat got to it. So, yeah, that quick it can happen. We're going to compare one speaker to the other. We need to remove our little green piece of plastic here. And then there's a little dot left in there. Get out of there. Okay. It looks like they have a piece of... Is that adhesive? I gotta see if it's tacky and sticky. It is? But I really... The old one came up just fine. So guess what? We're gonna peel that new adhesive out of there. Let me think about this. Yeah, it's the same size and shape as the old one. Let's put our speaker in place. Alright, and that is in. We have a battery and this other part over here to remove still. The volume buttons and power button assembly is there for. It looks like the sensor array is what we need to pull out. And the sensor array also has a water. Oh, and that's our copper tape. Okay. Okay. Alright, copper tape is removed. Now this milled out stuff. There are pieces of Kapton tape here is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and try and peel them up and move them over to the new screen. If I can get them. I don't see them being vitally... They might be important though. Who knows? See, I don't see them stuck on the new display, and I think that, you know what, they should definitely be there if they're on this one, but maybe not. Maybe at least part of what I'm doing seems stupid, but then it's like, oh, is it stupid or are you just tired? Alright, we're going to turn the heat down a little bit. Turn our fan up. We're going to hit that tape very quickly with heat. From back here, warm it up. That should be good. And see it did. Oh my. Alright, so there's one piece. Is it important to have this It's exactly what it looks like, kept on tape. So, is it important to have it in the new display? Somebody leave a comment below. Put the comment down there. Tell me all about it. Is it important? I don't know. But guess what? It was on the old one, so we're gonna pretend that it needs to be on the new one as well. How? How are we gonna get it on there? Well, we're gonna try like hell, that's how. And how I'm gonna try and do it without my fat head getting in the way, no clue. But we're gonna give her a shot. Let's see, what does it look like? Is it even close to lined up? You know what? I don't like that. We're gonna lift it up and redo it. Maybe. Found it. I don't think this is necessary, but I don't want to assemble this thing and find out that, you know what, yep, it was. So we're gonna pretend that it is necessary. Alright, now let's take a quick look at that again. That is much better lined up that time. So we got one more to heat up slightly. Pull off. First, before we put any heat to it, we want to get it started peeling. There actually I might have lied to you. There may be two. Yeah, there's two. And now that this one actually peeled, let's see if I can just rather not wrinkle the edge of it. And it does indeed come up. The fact that it's not on the new one is what kind of scares me, that it needs to be there. Again, I don't think it's necessary. but we're gonna pretend it is. This is probably me counterfeiting counterfeiting a display by putting this stuff in. Alright, so let's stick that one there, and we need, this is gonna be tough. Alright, there's two. It's not perfect, but I'm not gonna get crazy picky on this. Easy boy. Does that literally say easy boy? It does. Or it's some crazy number. Some crazy number that Flat Earth Santa sent me a code. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Tell me that doesn't look like that says easy boy. Or like, Nick, you're doing great. S8 plus, screen swap, taking your time, doing it slow. Mad respect, love, Flat Earth Santa. It could say that. You don't know. You don't know. You can't prove it. You very well could say that. We're going to pretend it does. Alright, one further piece of this stupid kept on tape, and it's going to be near impossible to remove, I think. Let's put some heat on it. It always seems to make it easier. Probably the most unnecessary undertaking I've ever been involved in, but in the off chance that it needed done, it wasn't here in the new one, Why it needs to be there, I don't know. But it is now. That's all I'm saying, people. All I'm saying. It's there now. Alright, dumb stuff over. What else do we need? Put our little thing back in, the sensor array. Get the battery. And I think that about completes. Our mic stuff is there. We do have Kapton tape on both displays, the piece here and the piece here, and then it runs up over this, although it's not over top of this one. But they have, oh no, I take that back, it is, it's just cut very nicely. Okay, what did I say? Battery. Let's put our sensor array in. I'm going to go ahead and hold that in and then use our pry tool to run our copper tape down. Time to heat this up and get the battery out of there. Let's see how actual hard it is. This is the crazy part because you don't want to use metal on it, but then again, you might have to use metal to start prying it, but you don't want to puncture one of these batteries. Oh yeah, we got to warm it up. All right, so let's turn our temp down to like 220. We're going to start warming our battery up. Then we're going to try and warm up our display without turning it yellow. We're heating it from a great distance. We just want to get some heat into it. At high temps is when that happens, and over a long enough time at low temps, you might be able to get it to happen as well, but I definitely had too high of a temp set. We're going to heat up the area where our battery is. Alright, it's it's started getting warm. Not enough. Not enough yet, but let's see if we can get in here. Is that a pull tab? I'm going to feel real dumb if that's a pull tab. That's not. It's just an IMEI sticker. Don't think just because you have a plastic pick that you can't puncture the casing of that battery. You 100% can. Alright, we need more heat. We're going to warm up the battery itself. 220 degrees. And then we're going to heat up the screen to get some heat running through it. It's pretty warm. Warm enough to let the adhesive cut loose. I don't know. How you can tell when you puncture a battery, you're gonna smell this real sweet chemical smell. It's pretty, like, it doesn't smell good, but it's like kind of, it's just, you'll notice it. It's I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's real weird how it smells, but it's not good. Replace your battery if you happen to do that. Alright, we just got part of our adhesive out that holds half of the battery. Let's go ahead and lift this up now safely with our metal tool because there's nothing gluing it in there. And we're going to go with our new tool. And there you have it. And there you have it. Battery out, not punctured. Look at that adhesive. A little bit of heat does wonders, lets it come up. Now what I want to know, is there new adhesive under this green layer? Let's find out. What the fuck is that noise? Are you serious? Let me say, whenever something happens, when you're by yourself somewhere, a noise will give you chills. Alright, is there glue here or was there not glue here? Oh my. They didn't let me down, but they did. Their glue started coming up. Alright, let's stick this back down and put our glue back where it goes. Excuse me. So yeah, like I was saying, it's supposed to be somewhere by yourself and you hear a crazy noise, and I didn't even expect to see what it was. Go inspect to see what it was yet. But please excuse the language. Like, what? You're not expecting to hear something. That really freaks you out. I don't think we have room for 2 layers of adhesive in there, so I'm going to attempt to pull this other layer off of the battery now. Make sure we don't have a super sharp edge. And we can start peeling this. Like, some of the tolerances in these phones are impressive. Like how much room they don't leave inside for error. Which is going to lead me to my next point. One thing that I do like to do when you pry on these batteries and lift them, you end up with wrinkles in your casing, usually where the adhesive was pulled on the casing. We have more adhesive in there ready to go. It's clear. One thing I like to take and do though is I get a metal can or a metal glass, whatever. I lay out the battery and then I lay it out on something hard and flat, and I roll the wrinkle out. We're going to roll that wrinkle back out of this battery here. Okay. So there's the side with the sticker, and there's the side where there was a huge, massive wrinkle. We didn't want that screen anything or any extra pressure on our back glass. So let's go ahead and we'll set our battery in. It is a kind of tight tolerance. I'm going to leave a little room on this side, the original side we pried it from, and we'll stick that battery in. And we're going to take one final look at this here. I see the little rubber things for like the mic. There's the stuff there for the camera. They however don't have any. Sometimes when you do these component swaps, give me a moment. Okay. When you do these component swaps, they will put little, like this, like the protective plastic that was covering the adhesive for the battery. And they'll put those over where the cameras sit, like over the glass lenses, to help protect it. I'm going to let that cool off. I switched it off abruptly, but anyhow. Yeah, they sometimes put them in there if they don't have them. I've seen them a lot on iPhone screens. As best I can tell, they're not here. And I think we're ready to go. I do believe we're ready to go. Everything's been moved over. No part left behind. All inclusive. We want everybody to make it on over here. It looks good. We can start reassembling. Thankfully, there wasn't many parts to come out. Let's go ahead and put our cameras in. And then we have, what is this, our headphone jack. We'll put that in at a later date. Wow. That to go, but possibly. And it actually is. That's quite amazing. Okay. Okay, that's just their goofy way of doing from TRS to TRS to TRRS or TRSS? TRRS, I believe. Basically, there we go. A simple explanation. Your headphone cable. This is TRS to TRRS, I believe. Let's take a look. There is, if it focuses, it's a joke. It's got three sections. So you have the 3 sections separated by 2 bands would be TRS, and there's TRRS. You have the 4 sections separated by 3 rings. What I was looking at on the headphone port, it has a metal tab sticking out, and I think that's their way of doing the TRS. So, awesome. If that's how they do it, okay. Now that I know that that's how that's supposed to fit, we're taking that back out and putting the main board in first. Well, cameras and then the board. Really? Cameras can go in last? Is there going to be room? Certainly there is. Okay, I like it. We need to move our battery cable out of the way to not short it out. We got it. We have this little cable here. I'm probably forgetting some major parts, but that's okay. We'll figure it out by failing first, right? We've got 2 cameras and a speaker and a bunch of screws and plastic trim and then glass. I'm looking at this. It feels like it fits. I have this little ribbon cable here that I had plugged in, and I thought there was one on this side too, but I'm looking and I don't see it other than the one for the display. We have the wires, and then this one here that clips in. I honestly don't think there are any more. So far, so good. Alright, so that is almost clipped back in. Forgot to put the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth antennas wires through, so let's get something to pry with now, and then we're just going to lift this part of the board up if possible and work them through. One, two. Alright, let's get those connected and continue with the reassembly. and the headphone jack. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's only 4 there. We need to check our black plate to see which one's not to put screws in right now. Alright, so we need to go with that, and you can't see shit. Alright, lining this up. We need a screw there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And it wasn't in focus. F my life. F. Come on, get with the pro. There we go. Shit. Okay, this one. Alright, we need a coffee break here, people, real quick. Alright, headphone jack secure. That 4th pin is lined up. It sticks out of the jack. It's weird. I've seen it before. I guess I just didn't pay any mind to it. And we should have one more screw to put in, then we'll take a look at the ones. So far, so good. And basically, here's the ones that go in. Are 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when your trim plate goes on, obviously. But some of them aren't so obvious, like this one here is for when the trim plate goes on. Same with that one and that one. And there's one that goes here. So it would be there, 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 and there after your black trim plate goes on. You gotta leave those holes open. Moving on, we have a couple cameras to connect. And as I said, we're in no great hurry. Doing this, taking our time. It's not a race. Why is there adhesive there? Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, let's hope that I didn't assemble it too far to the point that we can't get this trim plate in. We should, oh yeah, we got it. We got it. So one little part we forgot. And we're gonna attempt to stick it in there now. Alright, so there it is. There's a little this little trim plate, black piece of plastic. It goes, it holds the cameras kind of where they go. Keeps them board and who knows what else. Alright, and we're ready to start with, finally, the last parts of this. We can put this black plastic on. Can't wait. Go home, sleep, relax. Alright, I'm zooming out a little so we can get a better scene. Okay, we are... Something about this black, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it was wanted to fit. Like I'm almost want to pop it all the way back out. I mean, it did, it clipped in, but it wasn't... You know what? I can't. I have to check. When something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel right. You know? That makes sense, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and tear these few screws out quick, if the camera will focus and quit being a big pull. These few screws out. I just want to make sure everything's in place, everything's where it's supposed to be. Something did not, something just wasn't clicking with this when it went in. You know what? I'm going to go with it because it snaps in and feels good when it snaps in, but it wants to instantly pop back out, kind of like it did when I was tearing the phone down. It just popped out very easily. So I'm going to hold it in place as I put these couple screws in. And then it shouldn't start snapping and popping on us. It should just go together. Okay, so this one goes next. Three screws. Alright, let's think about this now. Let's think about it for a minute. We gotta put this in, but we need to plug the battery in first. Then this makes contact, screw it down, and then our fingerprint sensor on the back panel. Sounds good. Let's plug our battery in. Battery's plugged in, cameras are plugged in. That. One thing I didn't take into account. There's going to be adhesive on the new back. And there's a little bit left here, so we'll have to quite possibly clean that off. But for now, let's put this thing together. Impossible. You know what? The AC is off. I'm shutting down these plugins. Makes no sense. So it probably sounded like some dog squeeze. Oh shit. Alright, I gotta take a minute. I gotta take a minute to say thank you to Unirock. I'm watching his live stream from earlier, and the one guy's talking about, I forget this guy, but he's in his car, and hopefully you can't hear it, so hopefully I don't get in trouble for showing it. But it's just great. The guy's like, I don't understand how the sun could have formed, and he pauses the video at that point. And he's like, yeah, we don't doubt that. Oh, that made my night. Some flat earther saying I don't see how the sun could have formed. Whew. There's been a lot of blur in this video. I should just lock the focus off and never worry about moving the damn thing once. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. It just seems like it'd be way more productive to what I'm actually attempting. We got coffee's not doing it. We need a drink. An actual like tea, something. What do we got? Some AZT. I like it. Alright. We're almost there. Almost there. We need to move over our fingerprint sensor. And what else? The little lens for the flash. And then it looks like they have... I don't know if that's adhesive or what that is. What is that white stuff? But it's literally like a whole trim plate that fits in. So we need to try and pop that loose. Well, there's one. That is our camera lens, the flash cover, and whatever else is there. Whatever that adhesive is, it is sticky. I will give it that. It seems like it's in. I don't want to press too hard and break this other glass back. So, I don't know. Maybe it could be aligned better. I'm going to pop this back loose. Hopefully not break this new glass back. Don't be weaker than the other one. There we go. Okay. Something wasn't adding up when putting this in there. I'm going to try and hold it and lay it nicely. Unfortunately, I guess I better stand up for this one. I guess if it pops through the square hole, I'm gonna say it's lined up. It has a little wiggle room up and down each way. That looks fairly straight. Alright, I'm going with that. Alright, looking at it closely, looks good. Nice and square. We're going with it, people. We're going with it there. We're going to attempt to lift this fingerprint sensor. Oh, that was like too easy. we're dealing with broken glass here. Let's keep that in mind too. Some heat wouldn't help or couldn't hurt, but I'm not going to get too concerned with heat right now. The gun's already turned off. Even though it warms up in a few seconds, we're just going to work on prying. Alright, I lied. Give me hot air. $230 degrees. Just because of that broken glass. I just want it to lift right off easily and stick back on. Super simple. Ooh, that's warm. Let's, much easier. Oh, yes. Okay, so I fought that whole time for no good reason other than to look dumb. Fingerprint reader is in and flush. We're going to use about 180 degrees. We don't want to go up into the 200s, and I'm just going to take and hit this general area and then press. Hit it with some heat and then press both of these into it to reseal that adhesive and hold it for a moment. But let's pull this protective cover off the glass. Hit it with some heat real quick in the general vicinity. Drop that and then give a little press on it. Nice. Blurry, I love it. I love it. Alright, we're locking focus. Alright. Adhesive is on. Now when we peel this, it says adhesive is pre-installed on the back here, and I believe it because it is going to be super sticky. So we need to compare, yes, everywhere. No. So all these other little places that you can kind of see, here, here, there, and I think that's it. Oh, that's just foam. Okay, it's not adhesive. And all the other stuff has come off. Let's do it. Oh, don't peel the adhesive up. Come on. Stay on there. Stay on there, dummy. Does that really just sit there and plug in? Anybody know any tricks for plugging this fingerprint sensor back in? Oh, don't do it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the old glass and try not to set it where the broken stuff is. We don't want to stick it to it. I want something to set it on to try and stand this up. Oh, it's just going to stick. Okay. Attempting to get ha 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 ha, my own camera trolled me. Attempting to get this fingerprint sensor plugged back in. This is a task. I guess I should have plugged it in. You know what? Let this unstick without breaking. Thank you. I'm a moron. Can I undo that? I have heat. Will it let me? Oh, it's sealed down. Let's cook it real quick. Okay, let's press on it. Oh, we just heated it up. Don't break glass. Don't break. I'm such a dummy. Look at that. Just comes right up. Unstick. Thank you. Okay. You ready? Here is my not so magical solution to this problem. We're going to plug it in and set it there. You get tired, you turn into a dummy sometimes. Okay. That is a very tight fit. I refuse to believe that I just put that on like it was supposed to be, but hey. If it lined up that good, awesome. I'm looking closely at it, and I don't see any edges sticking up, so there you have it. New back, new front, Galaxy S8 LCD swap, a very long and convoluted stream. I brought it up a couple times, but let me say it again. Just, you know why? Because in it, this has to be, I know this stream's well over by now, but massive thank you to Unirock for creating the content that let me listen to something while doing this repair. Check him out, subscribe on YouTube. It's that guy there. Don't copyright my video, bud. If anybody alerts you, don't copyright it. I love your content, subscriber. A couple other things. Thank you for the entertainment. Anyhow, Galaxy S8 Plus is done. I'm getting the hell out of here for the night. I'm calling it there. I've had enough. I was here, and then I went to the pizza shop. I'm back here. It's time to end it. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out for that long thing, if you did. Tim, thanks for commenting. Burning that oil. Yes, I am. Anyone else out there? Leave comments, questions. Tune in for the video that I'm going to edit and upload. Does anybody want an old broken down Galaxy S8 Plus? We've got a test screen and a glass here. Awesome, right? I probably shouldn't put this together, but it's kind of whatever. I'll open it back up if I need to. Somebody shot it. Anyhow, thank you for hanging out, clicking that link, yada yada yada. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, good evening. Phone. I did not say nothing about Google. You just interrupted the hell out of my video. Thanks. Anyhow, yeah. If this is your thing and you do it, you like it, share it. Share it. Get it out there. Show people how to do it. Share this, like this. Leave me some comments. If you dug the video, dug the stream, subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget we're running the contest for the months of September and October. Any work getting done in the shop, your name goes into a drawing for, we're giving away a computer. So, one computer for September, one for October, and also a $50 gift card. If you see the post on the DT Computers and Electronics Facebook page, the post about the fall giveaway, like and share that post on Facebook, and your name goes in to a drawing. We're going to draw names at random live on the air, giving away a laptop and a desktop. If not, the desktop I want to, but if it's not refurbishable, and they are both used, they're not brand new like from a big box store, but we're just trying to give away some free stuff with value. If not the desktop, because I decided doing that, it's going to be two laptops roughly the same generation, if not identical, and then also the $50 gift card. Check that out on our Facebook page. Stop by and say hi. Anyhow, have a good one. Thank you for clicking that link. I appreciate each and every one that ever makes it here.